Boom, boom, boom. What is up, Dawn?
I like that co-host intro. Is that one new?
Yeah, it is. So, man, let's hit this out of the ballpark for this Kidney Warrior tonight, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited to do this. I got my co-host back with me, and I'm happy you're back, man. It was great having you co-host with me before. It was awesome to
It
to
was fun.
interview you previously, and just recently, Monday, you were on Sisters Against Kidney
Oh
Disease.
yeah,
So,
that
man.
was that was a great show.
That was awesome. You shared some things I hadn't heard before. It was very, very enlightening. I always try to take something every time I hear somebody's story because it's very unique, and anytime they tell it, even when they tell it a second or third time, sometimes they share it just a little bit differently. And so that was good to hear that.
That's what
You
I wanted
know,
to do is make it different. We got to make it
yeah, it
different for people to
was. It
watch
really
more. Yeah.
was. Yeah. So, man, we've got a great guest here because he's from Oregon,
Oh
and
wow. Okay.
my grandparents used to live in Oregon before they passed away. So, I was talking to him, offline before the, just in the backstage here,
Mhm.
and he says he's excited to tell his story,
Mhm.
and I was asking some questions a little bit to get to know him a little bit, and
Mhm.
man, I'm excited to get this guy on here. But man, I want to shout out to Jim Myers. Thanks for watching, Uncle Jim, and for sharing.
Hi Jim.
And yeah, what up? Thanks for watching, Uncle Jim. I appreciate your support. And then, of course, Tom, thanks for watching and
Hi hon.
supporting us. Tommy K is in the house. All
Hi
right. So
Jim.
please, again, please share this broadcast. Let's get this out there. Let's get this out to the masses. All right. Let's kick some. All right. Let's keep it friendly. And
Children are watching.
that's right. Let's keep it family friendly. And I'm going to bring on D'Angelo Crawford. All right. So we're going to give a very, very special, a very good VIP video intro. And then you and I are going to spotlight this story. I'm excited. Let's get this going,
Sounds good.
everybody. Give him a very, very special Warriors Quest show welcome. Please comment. All right, let me share. Hold on. Let me do this before I forget. Let's make some noise. All right. Please comment. The more you comment, the more Facebook will make this visible. All
And
right. The
share.
more visible this story is, the less invisible this kidney warrior feels. All right. And so let's get this story out there. Please share. Don't be stingy. And I'm bringing him on with a very special VIP intro. Here we go. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. What is up,
All right.
Daniel Crawford? What is going on, brother?
How you doing, Jared? How you doing,
Hey,
brother?
I'm doing
Good. How are
great.
you? You
I'm
look
well,
great.
Hey,
thank you.
hey, I'm gonna shuffle you guys. I'm gonna put D'Angelo in the middle here, so bear with me a moment. All right, there we go. All right, we got you in the middle. We've sandwiched you so that we could give you the spotlight. All right.
All right.
So, D'Angelo, man, I'm glad I hit you up because and I'm glad that we were able to connect because every story is unique. I was just saying that about Dawn's story. And then every time somebody tells it, sometimes there's a little bit that somebody tells it a little bit differently. And you take something that you hadn't heard before. And so, I saw it, when I saw your story in one of the kidney disease Facebook groups, you know, I, I remember you, giving out some of your information. And
Mhm.
then did you create a Facebook group? Is that what you?
Yeah, Yeah, I created a Facebook group, and then I also created a. The first one I did was like a page, but I think I messed up on it.
Oh, really?
So it was just like a
It
page
happens
where
to the best of us.
I just post on it, and
We
then
all
the
do.
other
Yeah.
one is actually a group where you can actually join it and post your own stories and things like
Right,
that.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
What's your
Very
group,
cool.
D'Angelo? What's your group
it's
called?
it's called kidney failure donation.
Okay. All right. I'll look
Yeah,
at it.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was in there and
Fair.
invited some other people. Probably neglected
Okay.
to invite Dawn here, but hey, I invited some other people.
Send me an invite.
Hey, I want to say, I want to give a shout out to James from Dadvice TV. Thanks for watching, and we've got Denise Simmons watching. Thanks, Denise, for watching. She's a kidney warrior as well. I think
Hi,
she's from
Denise.
New York. Denise, are you from New York? I think so. So D'Angelo, let's have everybody hear kind of your origin story. Everybody has every hero has an origin story. Okay, man. Growing up,
well,
I was a big superhero guy, and so I always like the backstory, right?
yeah.
And so I'm gonna put you solo just a little bit. You'll still be able to hear us, and we'll still be able to hear you. But I'm gonna spotlight you just a little bit and put you solo. Introduce yourself. You live in Portland, or you live in Portland now, but you're not from Portland originally,
No, I am
right?
from Portland. I am from
Okay.
Portland. I just
All
live
right.
back and forth between here and California throughout my
There we
life.
go. There we go. Okay. All right. I'll let you say it. All right. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and I'm gonna put you solo, and then we'll rock and roll and get your story told, brother.
All right. Well, my name's D'Angelo Crawford. I'm a 5-year kidney failure patient, currently working through getting on the kidney failure list and or the transplant list, excuse me, and just going to dialysis and just working it all out. The origin story is going to be a little wild. It might be different from everybody else's. It's probably a little boring to some people too, but we'll get it
It's
out
never.
there and we'll get it out there and tell you what it's all about and give you my insight and things.
All right. Cool. So how long have you had kidney disease, and when did you find out that you had kidney disease?
It's going on 5 years, coming up in February.
All right.
I found out right around my birthday, like maybe like a
Oh,
week or
That's
two
not
after
a
my
good birthday
birthday.
gift.
Yeah, it's like a week or
no.
two after my birthday.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend, my daughter, we all had the flu at the time, and we were all kind of sick. And then my girlfriend, she had left and went to California on a business trip and came back like a week later, and I was still like super sick. I was like laying on the couch,
Oh.
couldn't even move. And she was like, "What's wrong with you? I mean,
Uh-huh.
everybody else is better and you're not better anymore." And I'm like, "I don't know. I set up an appointment to go to the doctor in like 2 weeks." She was like, "No, I think you need to go to the doctor now." So I'm like, "All right." So we had to
Yeah.
go to the doctor, and they took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was like 200 and something over like
200.
yeah, it's like 200
Wow.
and something over like
Oh my
160,
gosh. Yeah,
170,
that is
right?
scary.
Yeah, the doctors asked me, he's like, "Can you see? Does your chest hurt? Can you breathe? How'd you get
Wow.
here?"
Uh-huh.
And all this stuff. And I'm like, "Man, I just don't feel good." And I was like, diabetes runs in my family. So I thought maybe I had diabetes or something like that. So they rushed me over to the hospital, gave me all my blood sugar tests and all that stuff. All that stuff came back normal. And then
Uh-huh.
they came back with another test and they told me that I had kidney failure and that I would
Wow.
need a transplant. So I was like, "What
Wow.
is?" And I didn't know what that meant. So I was like,
Sure.
what does that mean?" And then I'm
Yeah.
like,
Shock.
"Well," and he just basically said, "Well, you're gonna have to go on dialysis." And I'm like, and I heard about dialysis. I was like, "That's needles, right?" And
Ooh.
I'm not good with needles.
Hi, Lisa.
So I was like, "What does that entail?" And he told me, and I was like, "Oh my God," I was like sick with it. So then he told me, "Well, since you're not diabetic and since like your levels look okay, we can do peritoneal dialysis." So I was doing peritoneal dialysis because
Oh, you were.
I was still working and going to school and
All right.
That's good.
doing all that stuff at the time. So I was
Yeah.
like, I gotta still
Interesting.
function.
Yeah.
So he gave me the peritoneal stuff and hooked it
Uh-huh.
up with all that, and I did that for about, I want to say about 2 years, maybe
Okay.
no, yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
and they actually took me off of it for a while. They actually discharged me as a patient because they said all my levels were normal and that my kidney function was coming back.
Wow.
So
Really?
for about 6 months, I didn't have any dialysis. I was
So did they tell you where your GFR was at the time when they were saying it was?
I was still ignorant to it, so I didn't know. I was just going by what they told me. I was
Okay.
just like, "Hey, they told me I didn't have
Okay.
to do dialysis anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go." So I'm not doing dialysis anymore. And then I was going, and then all of a sudden I started getting sicker, and then they said, "Oh, we got to put you back on dialysis."
Mhm.
So back on peritoneal, and I was still working, still going to school, and all that good stuff. And then after that, I got kind of like the peritoneal started like not reacting well. Like I started like retaining the fluid, and it was like making me like stay up all night because you're like bloated throughout the night,
Mhm.
and it just was a hassle. So I was like, I don't
Wow.
want this anymore. What's the hemodialysis about? So then I learned a little bit more
Okay.
about that and started doing that, and I've been doing that for about a year and a half now.
Mhm.
And it
Wow.
actually like I feel like I actually am better doing the hemodialysis than
Uh-huh.
I am doing
Oh,
than
okay.
I was doing the
Interesting.
peritoneal.
Yeah.
And now I'm just waiting on a transplant, and yeah, I've been through a whole lot just getting on the
Wow, that is
transplant.
quite a
Yeah.
bit. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
and
You've done it
just
all.
hey, a quick question. I had the same question, but James from Dadvice TV had the question. Did your any of the doctors do a prognosis? Did they because it sounded like they maybe thought it was diabetes, but your sugar levels were okay.
not all it was high blood pressure.
Okay,
Wow.
so
I
it could have
had
been high blood pressure.
Yeah, because I've had high blood pressure since I was like 13,
Uh-huh, gotcha.
but it
Okay.
never like we could never like fix it. Like it was
Yeah.
always high no matter what kind of medicine I took. It was always high. So
Mhm.
yeah, I guess it did its damage. So I encourage
Right.
everybody to take care of their blood pressure and make sure that
Amen.
that's
Amen to
Mhm.
that.
on
Oh
point
yeah.
because that's all that it did to get me in that chair for 4 hours a day. And I got to
Wow.
go tomorrow, and I hate it every day.
Yeah. It's no fun.
But it does make me feel better. So it's
Yeah.
like I
Keeps
can
you
actually
alive.
function.
Keeps you feeling better to function just enough to, wait for that transplant.
Exactly. You're not tired all the time like you usually are and stuff like that. So it
You're not
definitely
as sick.
helps.
You can at least function a
It
bit.
was
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting to hear that you started PD first. Typically, that's not necessarily something that I hear that's introduced, you know, as a first option.
Well, I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I was being a brat when I first found out I had kidney failure. So I told them, I was
Oh,
like, I don't want to do needles at all. So
no.
whatever I can do not to do needles, please
Hey,
let's do
I
that.
hear you on the needles, bro. Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
so
I'm the same as you. Actually, I had PD first also for 2.5 years.
yeah, and it was just like,
Yeah.
but yeah, after a while, it just wasn't worth it. So the clinic, I suggest going to the clinic, and now they're trying to push you to go home, and I don't know about that. I don't know if I got the discipline to do it every day at home because I hate going in anyway. So trying to do it
Uh-huh.
at home and stick myself, I don't think I can do that. I mean, not to be not an advocate against home dialysis, but it's not for
It's not
me.
for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for
A
me.
lot of people can, but it's not for everybody for various reasons, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to you do if you make yourself your body, yourself well. So, this may be the best route for you. So James
Yeah.
also asked if there's if they had talked or recommended like a renal dietitian to help you with your eating.
Yeah, but see, I, I can say that I've had a well-rounded career where I've done I've been a renal dietary aide in the past.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
which is weird, right?
That is,
So
Interesting.
yeah.
so so I knew all the diet and what to do and things like that, and
Uh-huh.
what to eat and what not to eat. I did have the dietitian come and try to give me a diet, but it was like I know what to eat and what I can, and I know it's like
That's great.
not to tell people to cheat, but it's all about moderation. You can't eat the same thing every day.
Oh
You can eat
yeah.
a little bit of chocolate, but not every day, things like that. But I mean, it's just all about moderation and you can eat
Moderation
normal
works.
things. Yeah,
Moderation works so you don't get bored and end up binging on the whole thing.
exactly. And then your phosphorus is out the
Right.
roof and all that good stuff. So you don't want to do all that. So yeah.
It's self-control. I think it's learning self-control, right? A
Yeah.
little bit of this here and there isn't going to hurt you. A lot of
Yeah.
Mhm.
anything will, even if you don't have kidney failure.
Exactly. exactly.
You know, and I sold her a little short tonight. I apologize too, Don. She's 20 years. Is that right? Right? 20 years?
Yeah, it was 20 years, September the 6th with my transplant.
Oh wow,
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's just so impressive. You know, because you never know how long the kidney will last, and for it to, you know, that's just amazing.
You don't,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of hope out there. So you get a transplant, more and more of them are lasting and lasting, whether it's a live donor
Right.
or cadaveric. So you
And
know, keep
yeah,
hope,
and
man,
Ken
because it's
Bressler,
Mhm.
you know, Ken Bressler, I think it's 30 years, something like that.
33, I believe he
Yeah.
has.
Right.
Yeah. So don't worry about which way you get the transplant. They last longer and longer. It's take care of yourself. That's all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do what you got to do, and you know it'll help it last. Every day's a gift, man.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And it's a new beginning now. I mean, like I can honestly say, since getting on the transplant list and thinking, like the nurse literally told me, have your bag packed because they can call you at any time here.
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm like, okay, since I'll get a second chance, I can basically do anything now. So it's like a fresh. It's basically like hitting the reset button on the PlayStation
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and getting a new and getting a new chance. So
2K or Madden or something, bro.
yeah, I threw that interception. It's time to
That's
reset and
right.
start
Yeah.
over.
Reset.
Yeah. So, you know, and education is so important, you know, and that's
hmm
really we really want to get more education out there, and
Yeah,
so you
and I
know,
can honestly. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. You know, because it's that when you said that, you know, you had high blood pressure as a teen. Did any of your doctors talk to you a little bit about maybe how to level that out? And did you take any high blood pressure medicine when you were younger?
Yeah, I took all kind of blood pressure medicine. I exercised. I mean, I stayed in sports. I did all that good stuff. I don't eat. I don't smoke bad. I don't smoke.
So you're a relatively
I don't.
healthy guy.
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
just the blood pressure. And I guess it was
Uh-huh.
hereditary from family
Right.
things. So
Okay.
it was something I couldn't control at the time. But now I have it way under control and
That's
everything
good.
is good and on a good level. But I mean, like you said, education is key because I can honestly say that when I first got diagnosed with kidney failure, the doctor that I was working with wasn't giving me the information that I needed to be an advocate for myself.
Mm.
So what you got to do is you got to go in there and you got to dig deep. You got to ask questions, even if it makes you feel stupid. Ask the questions and make sure that you understand what's going on with your body. Because that first 2 years I was going through this, I didn't understand anything, and it took a social worker at the dialysis center to tell me about transplant and what I needed to do in order to get
Okay.
transplant. The dietitians, the doctors, none of them told me this.
They
Yeah.
don't
So
tell you.
it
No.
came down
Dawn,
to the
how was
social
that
worker
for you,
telling me.
Dawn?
Say that again.
I did a lot of research on my own. Plus, there was no Facebook. I mean, we had a pager, not just a phone. Okay, so like I'm a little ancient here. Yeah, you gotta ask though. Even with no matter what information out there, don't feel stupid asking a question.
Yeah.
Even if you ask it 3 times because you don't remember, because this is a lot of stress. Just ask questions. It don't matter. Don't feel stupid. It's your body. You know it better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Amen.
And then, I mean, also, I mean, I can tell a little bit of a story for people out there because I know there's a lot of people out there that are in pain and their joints hurt and things like that from dialysis,
Right.
and they're just sore in
I hear that
general.
too.
And I know that a lot of people are using marijuana as a source to alleviate that pain.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I know that that's a hindrance when it comes to the kidney transplant list.
Hmm. Really?
Yeah, like up here it was.
Is it in Oregon?
I had to do so much fighting just to get on the list with my
Uh-huh.
medical marijuana
Hmm.
license. Like
Good
at
to know.
first, I went to the little meeting when you first get when they give you the transplant information.
Okay.
Mhm.
Went there, talked to the social worker. Only met with the social worker for 30 minutes, and I told her that the reason I smoked marijuana was because I had anxiety since I found out I got diagnosed with
Sure.
kidney failure. Like I
Who
don't know what
wouldn't?
to
Mhm.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right,
That's the
right,
first question. That's the first answer everybody says. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But the social worker
right.
assumed that I had anxiety since I was a child, and she like made me go see drug counselors and mental health counselors,
Oh my God.
Oh man.
and was holding me up from being on the transplant list.
Oh boy.
And I actually had to
Oh
go
my
to my
gosh. That is,
nephrologist Actually
Oh,
had to go to
wow.
my nephrologist and ask him, can I get a medical marijuana card so I can get on the list? And he gave me the okay because he said everything looked okay as far as
Oh,
like
great.
levels and stuff like that. So I actually got
Uh-huh.
the license from him.
Okay.
So just so people don't, if they don't know and they're scared to ask their
Yeah.
nephrologist, go ask him because he will be an advocate. 9 times out of 10, he'll most likely be an advocate for you to get your license so you can get on the list.
Yeah.
And then once you get that, I had to go through one more drug analysis and get that done, and I passed
That's
that.
painful.
Yeah, I passed that with flying colors, and then
Sure.
after I passed that, OHSU gave me the okay. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people in Oregon that are fighting that battle right now, but ask your nephrologist for that license so you can go ahead and move forward and live your
Yeah,
life.
they just made it legal here in New Jersey, so pot's
Yeah.
legal now here, where I'm from. And yeah, but still, they do give people a hard time about any drugs, alcohol, anything. And there's a
Hmm.
fight because the benzos are more dangerous sometimes than the marijuana, but
Yeah.
yet they're
Right.
prescribed. So,
Exactly.
I'm a mental health professional, so there is that fight that was fighting in our community about benzos versus the marijuana, but a lot of my clients are using marijuana now for anxiety. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what they were trying to do here. Like they kept trying to give me Xanax and all that,
Oh
and I was like,
my
I don't
gosh.
like how that makes me feel. That makes me feel
Right.
disconnected and just weird. So I was like,
yeah,
I don't like, yeah, I don't like how that makes me feel, man. I mean, I was like, you guys rather have me hooked on
On
that
some
than
sort of,
just
yeah.
let me smoke a little bit of weed and eat a sandwich on the couch and watch some TV. I mean, I'd rather do that than be fiending for Xanax and trying to do things like unscrupulous to get Xanax. I don't want to live that life.
no,
Yeah.
you
I feel
don't.
you, bro.
Xanax are not good for you either. So
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say what I want to give a shout out to Lisa Baxter for watching as well. Thanks for watching, Lisa, and Courtney Brown, my sister from a different Mista. Thanks for watching, Courtney. Um, and then she's talking about how sometimes the other medications can have adverse effects. Um,
Mhm.
so Don,
sometimes
maybe you
I
can
can speak
talk
to
a
that.
little bit about that. That's not my expertise.
That's not a common side effect, but certainly any of the drugs that mess with your mental health can
Yeah,
cause adverse side effects. The best thing to do, especially if you got a disease like kidney disease, before you get prescribed anything, if you got medical conditions, man, talk to your doctor. Get all your doctors on the same page, no matter what you're being prescribed. I guess that's the best advice I can give. And note that every human body is different. Not everybody's going to have the same
exactly.
effects. Just like with
Mhm.
dialysis,
Right.
some of us will have leg cramps
Yeah,
and be tired. Some of
everybody
us might
reacts
have a little
differently.
more energy. So bear
Mhm.
in mind, don't be afraid because everybody has a different human body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it if anyway, I don't want to.
But I don't want to
It
take away from
opens up
D'Angelo here.
like it's like a rabbit hole because it opens up like an onion where you have so many different layers. But I mean, if we open this up, then we could totally dive into it and talk about how I feel as though sometimes some doctors, and I don't know, I'm generalizing. I'll just say some, okay, almost as if they just want to prescribe something because that's what they're used to doing, whereas D'Angelo is talking about using something that for all intents and purposes is not an addiction. It's not, it's not addiction
It's
forming.
not physically
Mhm.
addicting. It
Right.
could be psychologically in that you feel that you need it, but it's not. But it's not physically addictive, unlike those drugs like Xanax and benzos.
Exactly.
So
Right.
it's a different animal, and so. But I want to say, D'Angelo, it's great that you took care of yourself as best as you could, even
Amen.
with
Yeah,
the little
absolutely.
information that you
Right.
have. I
Thank you.
want to say congratulations, man, because I think that's great. You had some knowledge and you used it, and I think that's why you're so
Yeah.
successful with the dialysis.
Yeah,
Thank
mental
you.
Because
health
you,
is so very important. Anxiety, depression, and all of that needs to be taken care of. It's not something that should be um, taking taken so so in such a way that it's not taken seriously. And so
Hmm.
that's why it
Mhm.
disturbed me when I heard your doctor's or that person's response. And
Mhm.
because it's like, I don't know. It's not the first time I've heard somebody say that. Like, well, you probably have had it since you were younger, and it's
Yeah, and
like,
it's like I've
There's a lot
never.
of assumptions. Too many assumptions.
Yeah,
yeah,
and like I tell
I
everybody,
yeah.
I've never even seen my parents drink before, so it's like I have no anxiety in my life. I've never had no abuse. They were trying to throw
yeah.
everything, every stereotype. They were trying to throw it at me. I was like,
Oh
nah,
my
I've never been
gosh.
through any of that. Like I grew up normal and went to school and did everything I was supposed to do. I
Yeah,
didn't have any
They
hardships like that.
they sounds like they stereotyped you, which was again
that's
no
what it
good.
Yeah, they
sounds
I
did.
think
They did.
they really did. Although I've had that doctor say to me in the hospital, "Well, hey, don't you have a history of anxiety?" I said, "Only when I'm in the hospital dealing with you people."
Right, and I actually had to go to the president of the transplant team and tell them how I felt. Like I feel like this is biased because like I didn't want to use the racial card or anything like that. So I was like, I feel like it's biased, like somebody's holding something against me
like.
and not
Hmm.
listening to my whole story.
Right.
And she finally was like talking to them and got me to get that second drug analysis so that
Uh-huh.
way I could actually get on the list. But yeah, it felt so
It
like
was
it felt
biased,
like I was
yeah.
being picked on. Yeah, it definitely did. Just especially from that one social worker because it was only her. It wasn't anybody else that was holding me back. It was just that one person.
There
And
is medical bias. I'm sorry, and
is
there is judgment like that, and
yeah,
there is a lot of
that's a
racial
shame.
judgment in mental health. People look at people differently. I mean, I worked in mental health for like 13 years, so there is, and I hate that because you can't. You
It's
gotta.
shameful.
People don't fit in like boxes, man.
Right.
We're not like that. Everybody's
Oh.
got a different story, just like with kidney disease. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter where you come from or color or anything. Everybody's got a different story. We got to respect that, man.
So they James is asking if maybe you can talk about your family, and maybe your support system. Can you tell us
Oh
a little
yeah.
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah, I have well, she's basically my wife. I've been with
Yeah.
her for over 20 years.
Oh, that's your wife.
Yeah, that's my wife. And then I got my daughter. She's 16. She's out and about right now. She's on her
All
way
right.
back
All
home
right.
actually right now. But yeah, I got a cool little support system. It's just us
That's
three
good.
and we don't our circle's small, but it's strong and
Nice.
we keep it tight. So yeah,
Huh?
they're definitely here for me and we've been through a lot, because like I said, I didn't realize a lot of stuff when I was first diagnosed, but it all started dawning on me as time went on. And you got to remember that not only are you sick when you get diagnosed, but your whole family, the rest of your
Mhm.
family, your rest of your household is sick too. They may not have to
Mhm.
go
Sure.
to dialysis, but they're sick.
Right. They're
They're
affected.
they're worried about you. They're worried
Mhm.
about your well-being
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Yeah.
don't want to see you going through that. They're sad for you too. So I mean, you gotta understand that because I didn't understand that at first, and I was very selfish, and I didn't understand they were going through their own thing as as
Mhm.
as well as I was, and I just thought they didn't care about how I was feeling, but I
They
didn't
care
realize
so
that,
much. They care
right?
so much. It
And you
hurts.
don't
They
realize
feel
that, but you
helpless.
gotta you so stuck,
Caregivers, yeah.
you get stuck.
Your lens is a little different. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, and you get stuck in that pity party.
yeah.
Like it's like me, 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 me. Why am I sick? Why this happened to me? Why I got to go through this? And it's like it ain't just you. Why is your family going through this? Why are they feeling this way? It's a lot of that in there too. It's not just you. So just remember that. And when you're feeling
Important.
down and out and feeling like nobody cares, your family cares about you. They're just dealing with it in their own ways and maybe not letting you
Mhm.
know what they're feeling because they don't want to worry you with it.
You're grieving about your illness, and they're grieving about the fact that their loved one is ill.
Exactly.
That's pretty hard, and they're feeling hopeless because they want to help you, and you don't know how to help you, so they certainly don't know how to help you when you're in that.
Hmm. And it's just like yeah, and they feel helpless, so they don't know what to say. Like you said.
Yeah, it's hard.
So James is asking, and this is a great question. Thanks for your feedback and comment, James. What are some things that maybe you're looking forward to when you imagine you're having had your kidney
Nice.
transplant? What are
Great question.
you'll
Oh
miss
man,
and things that you want to do again?
it's gonna be very little. You're gonna probably laugh. Going to the bathroom.
All right, normally.
being able to go to the restroom again, that's gonna be the best feeling
I
ever.
hear that, I know that that we're kind of giggling here, but many
It's true, that's
warriors,
why.
have said that too. That it's that they once they start urinating again, it's like they had this smile on their face. It's like, wow, I can't. It's been a while since I've done this, and so
You appreciate peeing more than ever,
yeah.
and only kidney patients can say
Exactly.
this. It's all right. It's not little.
But I mean, overall, I mean, I'm looking at like going on vacation, starting a new business, and those are the two main factors that I'm looking forward to. I'm getting it all set up, but once the transplant's complete, everything should be in motion to have both of those goals accomplished.
All right, cool.
And
I
you
love
will.
that.
You will.
I love that. I like that you have goals. That's pretty cool, right, Don?
If you have goals, you have something to look forward to. It keeps you from giving up. Especially, it helps your mental health to have goals, to keep your
Yeah.
eye on that rather than what you're going through day to day. Keep moving
The
forward in
lovely
your head.
Courtney Brown is saying you'll get tired of doing that. I think she's talking about the peeing because you have to drink tons of water.
Never again. I will never take it for granted ever.
Yeah.
And then the
And
fact that we get to drink more fluids.
you'll
Yes.
enjoy the water. You'll enjoy the water and everything else you drink.
Yes.
And the things you can eat.
Hydration.
He starts
You'll
to
be
look like
happy.
you're channeling it a different way. That's funny.
You won't even worry about it when you brush your teeth and you drink some water from the faucet. It's like, yeah, okay, this is actually cool.
Yeah, I can take that on and get rid of it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It don't
You're going to be
matter.
multitasking, bro.
There you go. Hey, it's a good thing. You'll never wait to go to the bathroom again. I mean, a lot of people do that are healthy. Oh, yeah, I'll wait to go pee. No, don't go wait to go pee. It's very valuable. Don't go home with it.
Do that
Don't hold
now.
on to it. Right, that's what I tell people. Only a kidney patient can say that, though. Don't hold on to it. Run, quick.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna be so happy to do. It'll be multitask. You'll be like reading a book and pee at the same time. And... James, he's also saying, but starting a business is awesome. When you're thinking, what kind of business are you thinking about when you imagine starting your own business?
Well, out here in Oregon, food carts are really popular, so I'm looking at starting a food cart. I can't tell you what kind of food yet. That's still a secret.
Right. Okay.
Love it. If I'm in Oregon and you got a food truck, I'm coming by. I love food.
I like that you're an entrepreneur. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah. It means you've got a real creative mind, which doesn't surprise me because, if you've got a strong support system and you're starting to understand that you needed help for your anxiety. I mean, a lot of your answers are indicating you've got a creative mind. I like that.
Creativity helps you feel better too, which I think, you think about your goals and you create in your head. You could be creating while you're sitting there on the machine instead of thinking about other stuff, envisioning these things. It actually does help. I cook a lot too, and Jared knows that. I cook a lot of food.
She shares some of her recipes. Oh man, you had my mouth watering looking at some of your Facebook posts. They look awesome.
So.
Yeah. Keeping my mind right. I keep 100. My mind goes 100 miles a minute all the time. So I'm always thinking ahead and trying to think a couple years ahead to always lay some groundwork.
All right. Yeah. You lace the track, I'll lock the flow.
Exactly.
As she says right here, you'll need to be close to a bathroom at all times.
Especially right after. There's this 20-minute window when you first get transplanted because your bladder shrinks.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctors will not tell you that because it sounds kind of gross. But we know as transplant people that there's this 20-minute window and that if you don't get to the bathroom, so you better be in good shape to run.
Oh, shit.
All right, very cool. So James is saying he loves the food service. He used to own a restaurant in Seattle, and his wife wants to start a new food truck here in Cincinnati. So that's pretty cool.
Go for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about dialysis. So did I understand you're doing in-center right now, right?
Yeah, I'm doing in-center right now. Do it 4 hours a day, 3 days a week, and I mean, I have my I have my complaints, and then I also have my likes about Fresenius because I go to Fresenius. I don't know how many people
all
out
right.
there go with them, but
Okay.
I deal with them, and like it just depends on what center you're in, really. But sometimes, like you feel like a number, but the texts make you feel good, so
That's
I can't
good.
complain
Good.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got awesome texts.
You know, if you can
That's
bond with the
important.
tech, that's awesome because then you've got you bond, and then you're going to trust that person a little bit more. You know,
Yeah,
and that makes it so much better. And you've got a, some sort of relationship that where you trust them and then you bonded.
Yeah. You
yeah,
can
because
ask your questions to that
that's an
person.
intimate thing that you're dealing with there.
Right.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean, you're putting your trust in him or
Your
her,
life.
to have you have that person help you with your life. Yeah, exactly, Don. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean the texts are super nice. It's just like the procedure of Fresenius, like they just run it like a McDonald's though. So it's like
What
it kind of
happened?
makes you feel bad for the techs that work there, but because all they're trying to do is help people, and like when once transplant is over, I kind of want to just like go back and try to help them in some kind of way, or even try to help people learn more about transplant, since that's where
Uh-huh.
I learned about it was in center. I didn't learn
All
about
right.
it from my doctor,
Yeah.
so I also have an idea to go back to the centers that I was getting treatment in and talking to
Okay.
people about transplant and stuff.
Yeah.
Be a transplant advocate. You can
Yeah.
go
In
back to
fact,
the
Lisa's
centers.
just mentioning
Yeah.
that. She's asking if you're an advocate because she says she wasn't for Fresenius and she was an advocate, and that's funny that's exactly what she was just asking.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't even know about being a
Being
Fresenius
a patient
advocate, so
advocate.
I would have to ask them tomorrow and learn a little bit more about it. But
Yeah, hit them
I don't know.
up.
It seems like they keep the techs in the dark too, because I do dialysis at like 5 a.m.
Okay.
So
Early
like people
riser.
that
I like that.
yeah,
Get
so
it out
people
of the
that are
way.
in the people
You
that are in
might
the
be able to
office.
be an
Well,
advocate through become an advocate through your through the hospital that you're applying for a transplant for, and get some kind of certification for being an advocate that way,
Yeah.
or through the organ procurement agency of your state. That's how I kind of did it back
okay.
then. When I was first transplanted for like a year or two, I did it post transplant. Then I decided to like join the real world and get regular full-time jobs. and be normal, but I realize this is making me so I never
Yeah.
that normal.
Yeah, it seems like this is always going to be a part of my life from now on. So I might as well just make the best of it and try to help as many people as I can and
That helps.
Good for
do some
you.
preventative measures as well, and help people not end up in
Uh-huh.
this position too.
Yeah. So has in the beginning, when you started with PD, were you able to still work while you were doing PD, and how has that affected you now?
Yeah,
Going to
I was working and doing PD at night, so I was doing it while
Mhm.
I slept. But then after a while, like I don't know what was happening. I don't think I was like draining all. I don't think the machine was draining all of the fluid that was
Today.
that was dwelling. So it like started building up slowly over time, and then like at night when I was dwelling, it looked like I was like literally 9 months pregnant. I only
Well,
weigh
you're
160.
bloated, man.
Yeah, and I'm super bloated and it's uncomfortable, and I'm not getting sleep at
No
night.
good.
So then I got to get up at 6 in the morning and get to work. So it was like I'm falling asleep at my desk, and it just wasn't a good thing, and I was uncomfortable at night. So just like I was cranky all the time. I was arguing with my bosses, which is never a good thing. So I just didn't have the patience. I didn't have the patience for it. So I had to
You're
quit
like,
my job. Yeah, I
man,
didn't have. I was like
that
getting
must have
ready to
been
like literally like
uncomfortable.
I was
That
getting
must
ready to
have been
literally
very
like fight my
uncomfortable.
boss.
Really?
Yeah, like I was so like irritated because I wasn't getting any sleep, and I
Gotcha.
was agitated about the disease. I didn't know.
Right.
Had anxiety about it. I was still trying
Uh-huh.
to learn about it and trying to do the job, and
Yeah.
I was just
That's
like all
hard.
over the place. So I was like just like and then he was steady like bickering at me. So I was like wanted to like rip his head off at the time. So it was just like I had
I
to
can
like
relate.
yeah, I
I can
literally had to
relate.
like take myself out of the equation. I was like, can I just put in my resignation
Oh
because
my gosh. I can
I'm
only
not
imagine.
doing
I
well.
mean, if I'm bloated, like like I'm 9 months pregnant, and then my boss is not being sensitive to what's going on, and then I've got and kidney disease is making me turn my whole life upside down, and I'm irritable because of that, and I don't feel well. All these things going on, I can just imagine how frustrating that must have been for you.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and like it was just like and then it was like the pressure because I was in a tech job, so it was like a lot of pressure and deadlines and all
Uh-huh.
that on top of him riding me, and then on top of me being sick, and then on top of me trying to deal with the sickness. So it just like it was at a point where I was literally like being unprofessional at work, and I like realized that and was like, let me go ahead and resign for a minute and
Yeah,
try to get myself back together so I can
you're
do what I
100%.
need to
Yeah.
do. So yeah,
You're
that's
not alone. You're
yeah.
not alone. I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel the same situation with the cycler. I couldn't sleep. I was getting up 6 in the morning, taking two trains and a bus to work, and I had to be there. I was in sales. It was kind of pressuresome, and on top of that, being female,
Wow,
and
you
I was
could totally
bloated.
relate that.
And the only difference is I was bloated, and people kept asking me if I was pregnant. That was
Oh,
really
no.
kind of awful.
This
No, I
is
have
so
kidney
similar.
failure. Darn it, no.
Right. It's
It's
just like
like,
it's just
man.
oh man, yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, that led me to like where it's like it took me a couple of years to realize it, but yeah, it's like time to start your own business and work for yourself and do something that actually makes you happy and just advocate like Jonathan says, advocate and just do what you love and just be happy the rest of your days, man.
So we've got some. She's saying she likes the comic relief. I and I try to keep things a little bit light. Not I don't poke fun at kidney disease, but I try to make light of it so that we can at least kind of smile a little bit, because I always feel like if I use my personality, then it makes my guests and my co-hosts feel a little bit more comfortable with everything going on. But yeah, I mean, I do use the laughter a little bit. I think everybody can use a little more laughter, right? I mean,
Yeah, we gotta laugh at ourselves. At least
right?
and these some of these situations they're not funny in the moment, but
They're
after we
not.
reflect
No.
on it, they're like
But go back and
hilarious.
laugh.
So
Go
yeah.
back and laugh when you realize that it's something that like, oh my god, yeah, can you believe that, man? Or what you see
Exactly.
around you. It's okay if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, and laughter is
Yeah, I
great
mean,
for mental health. So yeah,
and
go for it.
the way you said it just made me think of a man looking like he's 9 months pregnant, man. That made me gut chuckle a little bit too.
Man.
Yeah,
And yeah, and when you look in your mirror, you look in the mirror, you really depressed because you're like, this is not right. My
Yeah.
body is not
it
supposed to look
it
like
hurts your
this.
self-esteem. No matter who you are, it really affects your self-esteem, your sense of self. No wonder you get anxious, or you might be a little depressed. To the people out there, hang in there. It can get better, but it's absolutely true that self-image
Yes.
thing. Oh yeah, for a girl or guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beautiful Nashonda Larimore saying laughter is good for the soul. Yes, it is.
Oh
It's
yes.
very good for the soul.
Hmm.
And so how is it now? Are you not working now because of what's going on and your health and kidney disease, or?
Well, yeah, I'm not working right now, but that's because I took the time off from my other job, well, from my
Mhm.
job previously. So I'm not working right now, but I'm getting everything together to start my food cart and stuff like that. And then I mean, if an opportunity comes this way and it sounds good, I mean, I'll use it as capital for my food cart, but I'm
All right, right.
not putting my whole heart into a company that's not
It's
mine
it's
anymore.
not going to be your own. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get it, and I think it's great that you're an entrepreneur and that you want to start your own thing. Um, I love that you have goals. You've got your creative juices flowing, man. I like that. So,
Thank you.
That's great.
yeah, and the your story is unique, but I like your spin on it though. Is that you've been dealt a bad hand, and nobody enjoys anybody that I've interviewed. Don will attest to this. Is nobody
Mhm.
enjoys having kidney disease, but sometimes if you can, it's all in how you can actually react to what may be happening, and you make the best out of what may be happening. And
Mhm.
I think that you're trying to do that, and I like that a lot. I do. You're thinking and imagining another life, and you're talking about building your food truck business, and you're thinking about, you're talking about your support, your family, and how it's your small circle and it's tight, and I love that, and so you've got a good thing going right now. With that
Excuse me.
being said, and I want to emphasize that is that without tearing down what I just said, because that's not my idea with my next question, is what do you do when there is a bad day, and how do you get back up? Because that's what warriors do, and I know you're a warrior, but we're also not prone. We're also prone, and we're going to have a bad day. We all do. And when you do have one, what do you do to get yourself back up, and how do you rise again when you get knocked down?
That's a good question. I just roll with it, man. I mean, can we be real here? Like, can we be 100%?
Yeah.
Right.
Keep
it 100.
Real is better.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, I've been black my whole life, so we always deal with struggle, strife, not to victim blame or try to be a victim or anything like that, but we've dealt with strife in our life. We've all
even
dealt
before
with it.
kidney disease.
Right? There's nothing that's too hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just gotta fight through it, no matter how hard it is. Unless you're taking your last breath, you can fight through it. So that's all I do. I just throw it in my proverbial backpack and just strap it on and keep going.
Strap it on.
Yeah. Sounds like you gain strength from the other struggles you have, and that's what I tell people is that you struggled and you really have, but sometimes like they say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. You keep gaining that strength. It's like you're a character on a video game, and you just keep getting a little bit more tools, a little bit more ways to handle stuff, a little bit more strength, and you go on as a warrior.
RPG style.
Right, exactly. RPG. Adding more to your armor and your weapons. And
that's it. You just keep getting that
constantly.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you feel like you don't know which tool to use in your head, or you don't know what to do. And because everybody has those days, and the best thing to do is keep it real and admit when you have those bad days and let it pass, and know this too shall pass.
Yeah, and then just talking with my family too, and just letting them know how I feel that day. And
that's good.
Letting that
Communication.
out. Even if I sound like a weirdo.
That's okay.
Just let it out and just let them know what's going on, what's in my head right now, what my headspace is, so that way they can talk me off the cliff if they have to.
What you're thinking. Yeah.
If you can be real with them, then good, because there are times where it's hard for me to, it's hard for me to tell my wife, when I'm not feeling well, and I have to open up sometimes. That's difficult for me, and I can only imagine, having kidney disease and having to share that information with somebody, so did you have friends, maybe other family members? How did they view you, and how did they think or view you after kidney disease? How did they react?
The same way everybody reacts whenever there's like crisis or strife. At first, they're there. They want to say they're there. They always going to be there. And then they kind of dwindle off. And then like petals on a flower, you finally see who your real friends is at that nub.
They show the real colors.
That's who. That's it, man. It's just like I really don't. I mean, no ill will against family, but I really don't talk to them too much. It's just really just my inner circle and a couple friends that are closer than family right now.
Yes, there are. Gloria here is talking about a great motivator for CKD is Reynaldo Alexander. Really great guy. He's very motivational. It's a good suggestion, Gloria. Thanks for watching tonight again, Gloria. She's a great supporter of Urban Health Outreach Media. I appreciate your feedback and your comments. Thank you, Gloria. Reynaldo Alexander is he's fabulous. Anytime I've watched any of his broadcasts, I just feel uplifted and encouraged. He's a great guy. He'd be good to connect with as well.
Okay.
So what do you vibe to? Like, do you listen to, what kind of music do you listen to? R&B, hip hop, maybe old school stuff, or?
Yeah, I don't really like. I guess I'm old because I don't like the new music today. Like,
I don't like the mumble rap. I don't like
yeah,
mumble rap.
I can't understand it. So
Yeah. I
I'm still
like some of the where I can understand the lyrics, even if they spit it fast. If as long as if they spit it fast, like Busta Rhymes or
yeah,
somebody when they spit it fast, as long
some
as I
bone, something like
know,
that, Twister. Yeah,
yeah, right, exactly. If I can break it down and I hear the bars and I know that they're literally talking about something real, other than just something that's mumble stuff, that
yeah.
I don't
Making
get
up
that.
words to rhyme to other words. It's like I don't know, but it's,
Right? Yeah, I don't
I
get
don't know
that.
what that is. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't like it. So I don't listen to that. I just listen to. I'm from like '93 to like 2000 and like maybe 10.
all right, all
That's
right, all
probably
right.
my music range. And then
Okay.
I just keep my mind busy, just building little model cars and just doing little mind puzzles and stuff. Just keep my mind busy since we can't go out the
That's
house
it.
because we're
Keep
locked
your
down in
mind.
Oregon. We can't
That's
really
good.
do
That's
anything.
good.
So
Yeah.
That must be harder right now because you can't go anywhere or do things with this COVID, and it's kind of risky for kidney patients because we're more high risk and everything. I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of hard because we don't have the outlets we do. So it is important to have outlets like music or puzzles or just family time,
Right.
Video games.
video
And
If
for
that's
games.
true,
anybody
yeah.
out there, I'm still searching for a PS5. So if you
All right. All right.
you get your
Yeah.
hands on one, let me know.
I feel yeah. I've got a PS4 right now. I don't have a PS5 yet.
Yeah, I
So
got a PS4, but I want
yeah.
my PS5, and I can't
Uh-huh.
find one, and I'm getting agitated. So
Yeah.
if you got one, let me know, and I'll holler
So
at you.
I forgot to give a shout out to my twin brother. He was commenting earlier, and I got distracted. But my twin brother was watching earlier. Jeffrey A. Brown. I want to shout out to him. Yeah, and Kevin he's saying Kid Rock from Detroit. Um, another guy from Detroit. There's not just M, but there's Kid Rock from Detroit. But so my twin brother was watching Jeffrey A. Brown and D'Angelo. That's how I'm connected to kidney disease. Is my twin brother, his wife has kidney disease, and that's how I'm connected. And his wife got a kidney transplant in 2018, May 25th, 2018.
Nice.
And he was sharing with me tonight. He left me a voice clip, and my twin brother had to say, kind of a virtual goodbye. I mean, not like I'll never see you again, but nonetheless, I'll see you soon to his wife because she's going to the UK to visit her sister.
Oh,
And
Wow.
and as you can imagine, okay, immunocompromised, and he understands, but because she wants to help her sister who just had a baby, and so as a sister, she wants to help her sister who, with the baby, the new
right.
infant, right? So it makes sense, but nonetheless, I'm sensitive on both sides. I get it how his wife wants to help her sister who just had a baby with a new infant, but I also can be sensitive to my twin brother because I can understand how difficult that would be to say say goodbye. Again, it's kind of a rough word in English, goodbye, because it's not really a final goodbye, but you know what I mean? To say,
Yeah.
to see your wife off temporarily, while she goes to a different country.
During the pandemic.
Yeah.
During a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And she's immunocompromised, right? So
It's kind of bittersweet. It's like,
yes, right.
It's
I
like
guess-
goodbye. I know I'll see you, but please be safe.
Yeah.
It's very nerve wracking, even just locally to see your family members go out the door. Because if you're immunosuppressed and your family member is the one doing the food shopping for a
Right.
while,
Mhm.
that was me and my husband. It was like every time he went to Walmart, I'm like, okay, be safe, be safe. I've been working full time, but I'm working virtually
Yeah.
for mental health right now. But still, for him, it's like he's going to Walmart first. He's going to ShopRite, and in the beginning, it was very hair raising just to go to the store. I can't imagine how
Right.
your brother felt with his wife going, over there to the UK.
Yeah, airports and airplanes and just recycled air. Oh yeah,
You know what?
It
Wait.
frazzles you.
It will get better. Just wait. Hang on just a little longer. Hope is coming. That's all. We've already been through this stuff with dialysis and kidney failure. We can get through this. Hang on.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, I was like, my mental health therapist. He just asked me. He was like, "How are you getting along during the pandemic and us being on lockdown?" And I was like, "This is nothing new. This is like before, when I first got kidney failure, because all my friends basically left
Yeah.
me alone to where I was by myself anyway." So,
When you're first
hey,
transplanted anyway, you're on lockdown for a few months. You can't go too many
yeah,
places anyway because of your immune system. They lower the
exactly.
immunosuppressants, fairly quickly. But the first 3 months, you got to be careful anyway. So once you're used to this, man, that 3 months will seem like nothing.
Yeah, this is nothing right now. Like I said, I'm living my normal life right now. COVID really doesn't affect me as far as being on lockdown. It's just like I can't go to my favorite restaurant right now. But other than that,
Yeah. I mean,
it
wearing a
doesn't really do
mask,
nothing.
God, transplant patients and kidney patients, we're used to wearing a mask.
Yeah, we do that all the
Right?
time.
Oh,
Exactly.
wash your hands. Oh, yeah, that's nothing new for us, man. I
Yeah,
hope
that's all the
everybody's washing their
same.
hands.
We're COVID
So
immune when it comes to that type of stuff.
You're
we
like,
already
hey, we've
we
seen
got the
this
stuff
movie
down.
before.
We got the
Hmm.
stuff down, man. At least
Yeah.
that's good.
Definitely.
We got the roll down. It's the rest of the people are going, oh my god, as if you never washed your hands before.
Right, right. So everyone, please don't be stingy. Please share this. Again, we're spotlighting D'Angelo Crawford. All right, and his information is down below. He's looking for a living kidney donor to really expedite and speed up his chances to have a better quality of life for his circle, his family, and to have a better quality of life. He's envisioning, starting his own business, creating his own company, and doing something that is just for him. And
No, no,
he's
no, no, no. Not just for
for
me.
your
I'm looking to
family.
help
Yeah.
other people too. I'm looking to help other people too, because with my
Right,
food
but
cart, the other things I'm gonna do is like with
all right, all right.
food that's left over, I'm gonna feed the homeless and stuff like
Oh
that too. So
wow,
I'm looking
wow.
to help people too.
All right on.
You
Wow,
have
that
a
is
good heart.
awesome.
That's all the reason more for people to share this
Exactly.
and and talk about it and get out there and get you a kidney because you really have a big heart. I could see that, and you have a
Huge
great
heart.
personality.
You want to help the homeless and to give back
You have a mission to help people. So somebody out there, share, help this man get a kidney, please.
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah. So, if you're watching this and you feel compassionate, as I hope you do, please either apply to be a donor right now or at least donate a share and share this so that we can hopefully find somebody who does feel compassionate enough, healthy enough to become a donor as well.
Yeah.
But Don, what would you like to say to D'Angelo? Because what we do is really not only spotlight him and show his information down below for the hospital phone number and the URL, but what would you like to say to him in regards to having already been a recipient? You are a transplant recipient. What would you like to say to him to give him hope and encouragement?
Don't give up. Don't give up because it'll happen. And
I love it.
I don't know if you pray, but pray for the right kidney, and it'll come along because that's what I did. Not just any kidney, because that way you'll get the right one. I believe honestly you'll get the right one. And attitude is everything. I think you have attitude and you have purpose, and for some reason that makes people wanna care.
It
It
does.
makes them wanna donate. So people, if you see this, seriously, here's a good man here, loves his family, and wants to help others. So why wouldn't you want to help this guy if you could, if you could? And D'Angelo, if I had one extra, I'd give you one. But so I'll just share your broadcast and check out your page.
Thanks.
I have 2 pages of my own. One is living with chronic illness, and the other one is transplant experiences. Feel free to join, or feel free to friend me, Dawn Krakowski on Facebook. And I'm pretty open with sharing my experiences. Aside from that, I'm also a mental health therapist. So, anything for the kidney community. I feel the same way. Share,
Definitely.
share. We're here to help each other. We're family.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and don't just donate for me. If you feel like you can donate, just period to help everybody else
That's
or
it.
help anybody else, do that too, please.
Yes. If you haven't become a donor, you can apply easily. You can go online and become a donor. I've done it. I did it even before my sister-in-law was diagnosed with kidney disease. But I was more aware of it after she was diagnosed. And just please, you know, this is so important because so many people don't understand how a living kidney donor can live very normally after a transplant. Typically, I can't say with 100% surety that everything will go swimmingly, but typically a living kidney donor will have virtually the same life as before.
I know a few of them. I know a few living kidney donors
Yes,
now.
I've
They're doing
interviewed
fabulous.
quite a few.
Yeah. Brenda Cortez of House
Yeah.
Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
If you see her
Trish
online,
Phillips.
yeah. So yeah, find those people that are
Yeah.
living donors. You know, talk to them. They've done it. It's successful. Transplants are more and more successful, whether it's, like I said, a deceased donor or a living donor. And the shared donor matches, it's excellent. They didn't have that when I started, so
Yeah, the
take
paired
advantage.
exchange program.
The
Mm-hmm.
donor exchange program, yeah, put that out there. And people who are transplant patients or people on dialysis can still sign donor cards for when they're deceased, because you never know what you're going to have left that can be shared. Just saying, I am a registered donor
Yes.
as well. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Me too. Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah,
You
it
never
can
know
save
whose life
many
you might
lives.
save.
Yeah, your liver can go somewhere, your eyes, you know, so on and so forth. So,
Heart. Yeah.
yeah, your heart. Speaking of heart, if you have a heart, please donate. Not your heart, but please, if you're compassionate enough,
Kidney.
donate your kidney.
You can give away a kidney. It's all right. Not the heart. You got to wait.
Right.
Yeah, give a kidney. And you'll be fine. And
Not that I'm saying your heart's bad. You probably have a good heart, whoever's listening.
If you have a good heart, then donate a kidney. Because D'Angelo has a good heart. And,
yes,
who
absolutely. You know, I have a lot of compassion for kidney warriors. I've seen what they go through. I've seen what my sister-in-law has gone through, is going through as a recipient now, and I want the best for you, D'Angelo. And the really nice thing about this show is that we try to create hope. And you know, the awesome thing about hope is that once you create it and you believe, great things can happen. I'm telling you, there's the magic of thinking big. It's very powerful. It is, you know, and when we have a large group of people together doing that, you know, and we have one purpose and we're doing it together, you know, we can do just amazing things together. And you're now part of the kidney disease family. You're part of
Thank you.
Now. Yeah. And I want everybody, please show him some support. Don't be stingy. Please share this, okay?
And go to my page, and you can actually post your story and ask questions, and we'll get you answers or get the right resource so you can get the answers.
And we'll help you out as well. Definitely Urban Health is a valuable resource. So check out the other shows and the other hosts, and feel free to ask any of us questions. And, you know, we'll be glad to help you what you might not know, and back and forth. A dialogue. It works good.
Yes, absolutely.
Dialogue works good.
Don, seriously, Kidney Warrior, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on as a co-host. I really appreciate your feedback, your you know, all of your encouragement, and especially because of having gone through this and your occupation that you do also is tremendous, because you can give great advice because of mental health and everything. And I love your feedback. Thank you so much. You know, much love and respect for coming on tonight. Okay.
Thanks for asking me on the fly.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Rico, we set up a little last minute.
Yeah, it was short notice.
Really
I appreciate it.
It was good, but it was great to meet you, D'Angelo.
You too. You too.
And I hope to talk to you anytime. Okay.
Oh yeah, this was fun. It's like getting a tattoo. Now I'm addicted. I want to do it all the time now.
You got more family. Your family just grew, man.
All right, great.
Yeah, we have some other shows on the Urban Health Outreach Media Network, D'Angelo. So if you had fun tonight, and I hope you did, and I love your personality. I love your creativity. I can try to get you connected to one of the other shows and get you connected where you can be on one of our other shows under the umbrella. Okay, bro?
All right, sounds good, man.
All right,
cool. Well, thanks again, Don. I'll talk to you very soon, okay?
Thanks. Will do. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, so D'Angelo, I'm I'm going to spotlight you one more time where I'll put you solo and I'll just have you give you time, maybe either if you want to give your plea for how you want your life to be better, or just give a shout out, give your shout outs, whom would you like to shout out, and give you just kind of time to kind of talk before I let you go, man.
Okay. I like to thank Jared first of all for having me on the show and getting my story out there. Thank everybody for watching. I want to give special thanks to my girlfriend Keitra. She's the one that actually helps me and keeps me mentally sane through all this, even though I lose my mind sometimes. I want to thank my daughter Taylon. She's always there. She keeps me laughing and keeps me getting up in the morning. She's the one that makes me get up and do what I do every day. So
Nice.
thank her too. And then thanks to everybody at dialysis as far as the techs, and thanks to OHSU for placing me on the list so I can actually have a chance to get my life back in order. And anybody else out there that wants to help and do anything to try to help us prevent people from getting kidney failure and also helping people get through kidney failure, thank you. I want to thank you guys for that too, because your heart's in a good place, and you don't have to be affected to help people. Just have the knowledge and be able to spread the help and spread the wealth and the love.
Nice. I like that. And so Nashonda is saying thank you guys for sharing, and she's saying that you're welcome to be on her show as well. She has her show Transplant Talk. It's on. I'll get you connected. She's awesome. She is. She does a great job. And I'm so glad we did this. Seriously. I'm hoping that I can get this out there on my Instagram, my Twitter, on not only the Warriors Quest Facebook show Facebook page, but the Urban Health Outreach Media Facebook page. This is being broadcast on the Urban Health Outreach Media YouTube channel. I want to try to get this out there, but I need everybody's help as well. So please hit that share button. All right.
If you're on YouTube, smash that like button.
Exactly. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe, please, and let's get this out there to as many people as possible. All right. And please comment, because I know many kidney warriors are watching this tonight. Dawn is a kidney warrior. We've got Lisa Baxter, Gloria Mungo. We've got many people here. Jonathan Traylor. And by the way, I didn't mention this, bro. Jonathan Traylor was on my show in August. No, wait, end of July. I think it was the end of July. Jonathan probably will correct me, and it's okay if he does. And he was on the show looking for a kidney donor just like you. And like 2 weeks after I interviewed him, he got a kidney transplant. It's just an incredible story. Anyway, my point being is that, okay, many people who have gone through this know what you're going through and have been through it or are going through it right now. Okay, I know that you can give wonderful support and feedback. So please comment if you know what he's feeling. Okay, holla if you feel me, right? So holla if you feel him, okay, and you know what he's going through. And comment. So the more comments, the more engagement we get. Facebook shows this to more people. And the same thing with YouTube. The more comments on YouTube, the more visible it becomes. All right. And smash that share button. Let's get this out there to as many people as possible. D'Angelo, man, thank you again. I want the best for you. I want to give you hope. Many people that have been on this show have gone on and they've become successful, whether it's having received a kidney transplant through a deceased donor angel or a living kidney donor. Whatever avenue it is, hit me up, bro, when it happens and you get that call, and let me know, all right?
Will do.
All right, man. Much love and respect. Have a good evening, man. Thank you again.
All right, you too. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, man. D'Angelo Crawford's been on the show, and we've heard his story, and I'm very uplifted. I love this guy's creativity. I love that he's so passionate about not only be having a life with his family and his support system, having a better quality of life. But he even talked about actually giving back to the homeless, giving out to other people. And he wants, he's talked about advocacy and going back to some of the transplant, clinics where he's had dialysis to talk to patients there and stuff. So please, okay, a guy that has such a big heart, so compassionate. This is somebody we need to help. This is somebody who deserves to have a better quality of life. Let's help him and let's speed up his chances. All right. Click that share button, share it to large Facebook groups, share it to small Facebook groups, share it on your own feed, start a watch party, share it on your Twitter, tweet it. All right. And let's get this out there. I appreciate all of your support. Thanks for your help. Thanks for watching. I'd be a horrible host if I didn't thank everybody. Nashonda Larimore, Lisa Baxter, Gloria Mungo, Tom Kurkowski, of course, Dawn's husband. We've got Kevin from Idaho. I can't forget him because I'm in Utah and Idaho's not far away. Thanks for watching, Kevin Luckins. And we've got so many people here, and we had James Fabin from Dadvice TV. We've got Betty Gutierrez, all right, who, if you're a first-time watcher, if you're viewing for the first time tonight, Betty, and if I didn't say this earlier, and I don't think I did, I apologize. Thanks for watching. Please continue to watch all of our shows on the Urban Health Outreach Media. All of our shows are centered towards either education, they're centered towards getting you help and support. And please continue to watch and follow us. And I'm sure that anybody who has gone through this or is going through it can help you and give you support and continue to help you in any way we can. Courtney Brown, thank you for watching. And if I've left anybody out and maybe any watch parties that are commenting that I didn't see, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. We wouldn't be able to spotlight and get people's information and their plea for a living kidney donor without your help. I have so much passion for doing this, and I wouldn't be able to make this work without compassion. Okay, so please continue to give hope, because that's what we need, is to give hope. It's very powerful, and I know that with hope we can do great things. I want D'Angelo Crawford to have hope. I want him to do great things. I want him to have this life that he's talking about, where he wants to have his food truck company, not only for his family, but to help the homeless. Let's do this together, and let's help him do this. Please continue to share. God bless. Have a good evening. Peace. I'm out. Boom.